Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Coach D. I mean, everybody call me Darren Eady, but my coaching name is Coach D. Today we talking about what's going on with this Cardi B situation. Of course, this is Man Talk TV, where I talk about things from a male perspective on how I see it. Like I said, I ain't trying to throw shade or throw hate. I'm just asking the question why. Why are we doing what we're doing, and why are we letting things happen a certain way? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, as a man, we are always under fire for one thing or another. You know what I'm saying? We always got to protect ourselves. We always got to look out for what we're doing. Now, a lot of times we can cause the problems ourselves, but not all the times. All the time. Sometimes it ain't always. Sometimes it ain't always about what we did. It could be considered what somebody else did. Okay? So now what we talking about is this Cardi B situation, to where she got on her Instagram channel and kind of went off on how she's been treated. Nobody's giving her the respect that's due and all this stuff, which is her right. She did win some kind of award for whatever the hell she was doing. But in that rant about how she's being treated, she openly admitted to drugging and robbing men back in her early days as a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Now, regardless of the situation, regardless how you want to look at it, regardless of the fact that she's a female, is the fact that she actually did what she's talking about. She actually, was doing predatorial behavior. She found a mark at the club. She pinpointed that guy, right? She did whatever she had to do to get that guy interested. The guy may have even openly asked her, can I, have sex with you tonight? And she said, yeah, knowing that she was going to drug and rob that man. That's predatory behavior. That's textbook predatorial behavior. When you know that you're going to openly, rob or rape or whatever you're going to be with intent, which means that you're going to drug this person so that person is unconscious, okay? Then you were going to have your way with that person. Regardless of what kind of way you're going to have, you made the situation happen to where you can do whatever you wanted to do. Now, because she's a woman, nobody classifies what she does as assault or rape. It is robbery. We can only assume that's all she did. We can only assume that, okay? Because she is a predator. We don't know how far she's willing to go, okay? She just said, I just took money. But when Bill Cosby said, hey, that was the party life we led at that time, where, everybody took this drug or that drug, nobody believed him. Everything he did was a sexual predator. But yet we're not considered Cardi B a predator. And the question is why? Why is she not considered a predator when she openly chose to drug a man unconscious to have her way with that man in whatever way she chose? She just said it has happened to be just money. Okay? But we don't know what else she did. And the problem I have is not only with what she did, is the amount of men on a public forum like Hot 97 and the Breakfast Club downplaying what she did because it wasn't rape. It was just an act. Because she's a woman and she did what she had to do, you can't compare it to rape. I can compare it to predatory behavior that only didn't lead to rape. She could have raped him with a plunger. She could have stuck her finger or her fist or anything in this man if she so choose to, because he was unconscious. It don't have to be a body part from that person. It could be anything. When that still be considered a violation? But because she's a female and she's Cardi B, we downplayed it. Okay, so I guess this is the overall world that groups like Hot 97 and the Breakfast Club live in, to where it's their job to steer the narrative away from what it actually is, because both platforms downplayed what she did. And like I said, I'm pro man. You know what I'm saying? If a man did something wrong, you know, once he's proven guilty, he need to be dealt with. He need to be dealt with, you know, but prove it first. Once it's proven, he needs to get what he has coming to him. Okay? The same token, if a female does something of equal merit, she needs to get what coming to her. And she openly admit that's what she did. You see what I'm saying? But yet, no one is going, okay, she's a predator. That is exactly what she is. That is exactly what she is. In no way, shape, or form is it anything less. The only thing you have to consider is the end outcome. But that mental act of what she was trying to do is no different than an R. Kelly, and it's no different than a Bill Cosby. The act was to take something from somebody else unconsciously. Now, R. Kelly, I don't know, I haven't heard anything about him drugging women. Okay, but that's what you accuse Bill Cosby of. And this is the same thing that Cardi B is doing. She took a drug that makes a person rendered unconscious. So it means he's or so out of it that he can no longer protect himself from anything, from whether it be rape or robbery. He does not have the ability to defend himself. So he is just as vulnerable as any female. Okay? At that moment, what makes him different than a female? They're both unconscious. They're drugged to a point of not being able to defend themselves. What makes it different? The only difference is Cardi B chose to take money and not willing to issue rape or violence. She could have took a bat and beat the man to death. It was nothing he would have been able to do it. So how is it different? How is it different, you know, Hot 97? How is it different, Breakfast Club? How is what she did different than anybody else we want to accuse on that predatorial level? There is no difference. There is no difference. That man could have been, all those, we don't know how many men it's been, but any one of those men could have been killed, could have been beat to death, could have been robbed after, could have been beat up and molested after the fact, because he was unconscious at a hotel room where she left him unconscious. She didn't wake him up. She didn't wake him up so that he has a chance to get himself together. No, she drugged him. She drugged whoever unconscious, and then took what she wanted and left him vulnerable to anything else that could have happened in that time frame. You see what I'm saying? What if a maid would have came in, saw that he was unconscious, and called some other dudes to come up and do whatever, or some friends to come up and do some whatever, take his car, whatever. It could have got worse. It could have got worse. But no, we don't look at it that way because she's a female and it's Cardi B. That's the worst way that we can look at it. That we gave this person a pass because of who she is and the life she chose to lead. She chose that life. She chose that road. She chose to do what she did past the strip club. I have no problems with a stripper. None whatsoever. If you want to be a stripper and that stripping leads to your career, fine. So be it. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't think it's anything else but that. You use sex to get what you want. Okay? That's the bottom line of all this. You use sex to get what you wanted. Okay? Whether you showed your butt to the right producer, or you showed your tongue, or you showed your nakedness to the right promoter, to the right manager, to the right whatever, they go, okay, she's selling sex at the highest level. I want some of that. Let's go ahead and give her this. Let's go ahead and give her that. She bought with her body and her sex appeal into the life that she has now. But she took it one step further. She decided to lure a man, you know, predatorily. Go, okay, if you want me, good, let's go do this. Drug his drink and then take it further. That's what makes all this the same as all those other predators. And there is no different. Now, the fact that it happened to a man, he's probably not going to report it. I mean, if he was married, he might have to. Okay? So he's still a victim. regardless of where it started. Okay, going to a hotel room to have sex with a woman ain't nothing new. Guys do it all the time. Okay, where it comes different, it's supposed to be a transaction. Okay, a man pays for sex, a woman gives sex, they get paid, the guy gets a nut, and then they go their separate ways. Okay, the transaction was not to get knocked out. Okay, so when that happens to a female, the guy is a predator. Okay, he's an animal. He's a beast. He's all these foul things we want to call a man when a man does it. But yet we won't label Cardi B that. Okay, we won't label her a beast, a predator, or animal. You know what I'm saying? We won't label her that. That was her mental act. It wasn't. Oh, it happened by mistake. She knew going in. That's what she was going to do. And she said it. She said, I made my money my way. Okay, I made all this happen my way. I paid for studio time. I paid for this with my own money, which means if I need to rob somebody to get some extra money, to get some extra studio time, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what she did. But she's not being labeled that way. And my question is, why? And I'm talking to the men of Hot 97 and the Breakfast Club of why you let that be the narrative. Why you let her be the victim in all this. Why you let her be because she's a female, it's not as bad. Okay, why did you let guys become the victim in this? Why did you sing that song to the world that men brought this on themselves? Okay, if a man shouldn't have been there. Okay, a man should have been trying to pick up Cardi B. Blah 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 blah. But when we say a woman's out there dressed a certain way in the street, in the club, you know, trying to sell sex, trying to entice a man, but we don't say that's wrong either. Okay, so why is it wrong for a man, but it's okay for a female? That's all I'm saying. That we as men, we gave a pass to this predatorial behavior that we would crucify other people for. Okay, it shouldn't be that way. It should be, if you want equality, it should be the same across the board. Wrong is wrong. A crime is a crime. End of the day, that's what happened. It was a crime, but not by your standards. By your standards, it wasn't a crime. You said it was wrong, but with a downplay. Yeah, she shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but no big deal. He was a guy. Okay, but let it be the other way around. Oh, he needs to be under the jail. He needs to be crucified. He needs to be killed. He needs to be all this crap. So your righteousness is gone. Your upstanding, play on everything is gone. Okay, because you now chose a side. You chose that industry that gets you paid, not the right and the wrong of it all. Okay, you can come out at somebody any old kind of way as long as you trying to be, down the middle of it. You chose a side. You saying the world we live in, she gets a pass, but not to the average guy who got mugged and taken advantage of. They don't get the same energy that you would give it if it happened to a female. Okay, we get to be permanent victims out here. That ain't how it's supposed to be. That ain't how it's supposed to be at all. So Hot 97. The Breakfast Club, hey, I rock with you all day long, but not on this. Not on this. Y'all foul on this. Y'all some foul people. Now I'm calling y'all out. Y'all foul men on this. That you will let her get a pass for her predatorial behavior. Right? So there's all these victims that it could have been 1, it could have been 20, it could have been 100. Okay? That got preyed upon by this predator, and they don't get the same type of energy that you would give if it wasn't a woman. At the end of the day, they were unconscious. They couldn't defend themselves. They couldn't fight off anything that happened to them. They had no chance. Just like a drugged woman. They had no chance of defending themselves. Okay? Now, had they been fully awake and she pulled a knife or whatever, okay, different story. Different story. He may have had a chance to fight her off, to bust in the head with a chair or whatever. But they were unconscious or put in a state of defensiveness. And we're okay with it. We're okay with it. All right, that's jacked up. But now you know. Now you know who's doing what. Now you know what side they're on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other podcasts used to come at Charlamagne the God, you know, used to question his book and all this kind of good stuff. You know, Charlamagne is this phony and all that kind of good stuff. A lot of noise, you know, but I knew Charlamagne back in the day. You know, I remember he used to train in Columbus, South Carolina. You know, so I actually know the guy. You know, shook his hand, talked plenty of stuff with him. And he said way back when that he was going to be on a radio show. And he got there. So kudos to him. Okay. But now that you got there, what are you doing now? You giving a person like Cardi B, a predator, a pass on her behavior. I can't get down with that. Can't get down with that. All right. Hey, this is Darren Eady doing Man Talk. They call me Coach D. All right. Let's see what happens next. Let's see where we go from this. But hey, I guess it is what it is. All right. Do you hear from me again? Peace out.